Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us all this truth through well. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath out there listening and learning, increasing in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. I wanted to get into the troubles of the world that we're going to encounter. Okay. Being in this truth, we're going to have to encounter that kind of stuff. Because like Yahweh Shai said, the servant is not greater than his master. And we know Yahweh Shai, went through it. He went through his tribulations, and, he was in a low state of mind sometimes, in the sense of, being attacked by demons, and fasting and, basically things that the flesh brings, But as Yahweh Shai knew, as he was going through it, what did he say? If this was my kingdom, all right, the angels would have fought for me. Let me see if I can find it. Basically saying he wasn't from here. Let me see. Let me see. I can find it. I am from above. Off at John 8 and 11. It says, she said, no man, Lord, and Yahweh Shai said unto her, because they were all accusing her of breaking the law, and of whoredoms, being a prostitute. And Yahweh Shai told them, those that are, free of sin, cast the first stone. Right? Because we're all sinners. We're all sinners, and we're all going to go through something, according as the Most High sees fit and just. Okay, and it is just. You see, so all of us are going to go through something. And Yahweh Shai asked this woman, we're all thine accusers. Which one of them accuses you? And she said, no man. Because they all dropped the rocks, that they were going to use to stone her. They all dropped their stones and walked away. Okay? It says, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. You see, and that's basically summing up, okay, the nation of Israel. Okay? Because now that we come into this truth, we're going to go through things, but we're not supposed to go back into the world and into sin. It says, verse 12, then spake Yahweh Shai again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. How else do you know what's good and what's bad? How else do you know what you should do and what you shouldn't do? Right? And that's something that Christians don't understand. They think the law of love is the end all be all, okay, and whatever feels like love, okay, is of the Most High, which is just simply not true. You see, because you have something called pedophilia, which really there's like 4 different stages of it. All right. And in those 4 stages, the first one is those that have love, sexual love for infants. Then there's one that's preteen, and then there's one that's teen, and then there's one that's older teen. So it's like 4 or 5 different levels of pedophilia. That philia is a type of liking and loving. So how do you explain that? Those pedophiles out there that want these preteen, pubescent, prepubescent, what is it called, prematuring females that have love for that type of stuff, man. Then you have people that love being wicked. They love seeing death, and they love killing. And those people you call I believe it's psychopaths. Okay, the ones that are that don't have that distinction between attachment and disattachment. And they just simply, the only thing that they're attached to is killing. So how do you explain that love? Well, what's the love that the Most High is talking about? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? Because everybody goes through stuff, right? The men of the Lord and the men that aren't of the Lord. The 2/3, they go through stuff. Okay? The wicked, Esau, Edom, they go through stuff. The Gentiles, all right, the heathen, the Gawayim, okay, the other nations that are actually of those nations, they go through stuff. Look what's happening in Ukraine, and Ukraine also, what happened in India and Pakistan, they went through stuff, right? The things that go on in Africa, where you have millions that are dying of hunger. Okay, they go through stuff. But what's the difference? The difference is, according to the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, and no, it was 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 17, that ye suffer for well doing, that for evil doing. And what's that well doing? By being hated of the world for doing the right thing. Either speaking the right things, or following after the right things, prophesying the right things. No matter how hard and harsh they may seem. You got people that are going to be discontent with the men of the Lord. And that's just something that's going to happen. So when Yahweh Shai told this woman, neither do I condemn thee, go and sin no more. That's really the summary of the scriptures, man. The summary of the scriptures. She believed in Yahweh Shai. She believed he was a healer. Okay, so he healed her. All right, she wasn't persecuted of the people anymore, but he said, go and sin no more. Does that mean that she wasn't going to suffer hunger anymore? She wasn't going to have, what is that word? Not debates, when somebody comes against somebody else, and causes some type of discomfort, when they want to instigate something. You think Mary Magdalene didn't have to go through that anymore? Or Mary, Yahweh Shai's mother, or any of the women, you see, or any of the men. You see, scripture talks about the covenant being with men. My covenant is with men, with the sons, okay, the sons of Israel. So there's always going to be some type of discomfort, okay? And the discomfort with us is a distinct one, because we're not of this world. Okay? Because we don't belong to the things that Esau, Edom belongs to, or that the world belongs to. So John 8:11, Yahushua said, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. So in a summary, we're supposed to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, because according to 1 John chapter 3 and 1 John chapter 2, all right, the sin is the breaking of the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So if Yahushai said sin no more, he was telling Mary Magdalene, all right, and whoever it applies to, all right, don't go after the ways of the world, right? Go after the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, follow the law, statutes, and commandments with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You see? So verse 13 says, the Pharisees therefore said unto him, thou bearest record of thyself, thy record is not true. Yahushua said unto them, though I bear record of myself, yet my record is true. But I know whence I came, whither I go. But ye cannot tell whence I come and whither I go. Right? Because these people that mock us and make fun of us, they scoff at us, the ones that come up against us, they don't know where we're from, and they don't know where we're going. Okay? All they see is something that they were taught as bad, okay, and they want to get rid of it. Something they were taught that was bad, and they want to get rid of it. But unto us, we were taught the same thing, but the Lord opened our eyes to the fact that this is the way. You see, we heard that voice behind us saying, follow us. This is the way. And we turned back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai because we were walking the wrong path. It says, ye judge after the flesh, I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true. For I am not alone, but I and the Father that sent me. You see, so Yahushai was judging off of what? How did Yahushai judge? Did he judge by the amount of thank yous, you would say? Did he judge by the amount of helping, or donating to an Israelite? How did he judge? And that's where the spectrum comes in, where everything has to be fulfilled. It's not just giving thanks, but it's also giving mercy to receive mercy. It's also giving knowledge to receive knowledge. It's also giving thanksgiving, to receive thanksgiving. You see, it all goes hand in hand. So it's more to it in its truth than just, following the law, statutes, and commandments. So that whole spectrum has to be fulfilled, and it will only be fulfilled by the elect. The elect are going to look at the whole thing and say, this is what I'm supposed to do. Part of our culture was having multiple women. Part of our culture is singing. Part of our culture is dancing. All right. Part of our culture is instruments. Now, if you're a music player or a producer, does that give you the whole spectrum of being part of the elect? It doesn't. But it's knowing, our whole history and going after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai through the Spirit. It's going to bring that whole history into the spectrum, and the things that we're supposed to follow, we're going to follow, and the things we're supposed to have knowledge of, we're going to have knowledge of, and the core things is going to be towards salvation, preaching the gospel, learning the gospel, all right, having faith in the gospel, in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. These are the things that go after that wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and that's what Yahushai said And he always brought up the faith, having faith, right? So it says, John 8:18, I am one that bear witness of myself, and the Father that sent me beareth witness of me. Then said they unto him, Where is thy Father? Yahushua answered, Ye neither know me nor my Father. If ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. These words spake Yahushua in the treasury, and he taught Salak. And he taught in the temple, and no man laid hands on him, for his hour was not yet come. Ultimately it all belongs to the Most High. So jumping back over here is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. You see how Yahushua went through things. People asking him, not really asking him questions, but really trying to make him and entrap him in a fault. Try to get him to trip up on his words. You see? Trying to get him to say something so they can say, aha, got you. And these are things Yahushua was going through, but even through the things that he was going through, he knew that this was not his rest. When he was captured by the Jews to be sent up by the Romans, he told them that he wasn't from here. He told them that he wasn't from here. And all that, distress that they caused him, and all of that, what does that scripture say? Woe to him where offenses cometh, because offenses must come. But woe to him where offenses come from, those that offend the elect, one of the little ones. So Yahushua knew that there was offenses that were coming, but he knew this wasn't his rest. He said, if this was my kingdom, the angels would fight for me. If this was my kingdom, the angels would fight for me. But he knew it wasn't. Why? Because there was prophecy that had to be played out.